Good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, July 4th, 2023. First of all, happy birthday, America. Of course, this is American Independence Day, so make sure, like we spoke earlier, you enjoy your celebration, you stay safe, you have a good time, and don't forget what this day is all about. So we do have a few birthdays, which we will get to right shortly, and we do have several events. Of course, this was the day for many, many years that the fall race, summer race, whatever you want to call it, as we try to stay in focus. I'm going to put a card out here just so we stay in focus. That's kind of annoying. 1959 on this date, Fireball Roberts won the Daytona 250, the Firecracker 250 as it was known then, for the first July or summer Daytona race. There were some qualifying races that were run on previous dates we didn't talk about, but this is the first big race, or points-paying race, if you will. 1963, Fireball Roberts wins again, but this time the race is moved from 250 to 400 miles. So that's when it gets the 400 title, the Firecracker 400. 64 and 65, A.J. Foyt wins, so I thought that was kind of an interesting footnote. Now, Fireball did win in 62 and 63, but again, one was a 250-mile race and one was a 400-mile race. So AJ becomes the first back-to-back 400-mile race winner in the July Daytona race. 1966, Sam McQuagg wins his first and only career race in the Firecracker 400. 1977, Richard Petty wins the Firecracker 400, but the bigger news were the event coming out of this race. Three women, Janet Guthrie, Christine Beckers, and Lella Lombardi, all competed, so it was the first time at the Cup Series level that three women competed in the same race. I believe they have had three women compete in the Truck Series and possibly the Xfinity Series. I know for sure in ARCA it's happened, but I'd have to look back and see if it's ever happened in Xfinity level. Several races in the mid-'80s had memorable moments. We'll talk about the big one here in a minute. 87 was the last race that it was scheduled on 4th of July, regardless of what day of the week it fell on. After that, it just started being scheduled on the Saturday prior to the 4th or the weekend of the 4th. So there was days that the 4th would fall on a Saturday, but this is the last time it was scheduled on a Saturday or on the 4th, regardless of what year it was run. Of course, Bobby Allison won that one. Ken Schrader flipping as they come to the finish line. Very good finish there. Tim Richmond won in 86. That was a pretty good race. 83, 84, 85 are all significant for different reasons. 83 and 84, all three of these races, Buddy Baker 83, Petty 84, and Greg Saxon 85, was the last career wins for these three drivers. For Sax, it was his only career win, and for Richard Petty, it was his record-extending 200th win with President Ronald Reagan in attendance. So that's the big iconic finish there with him and Cale racing to the caution flag. And our final event, 1992, again with President Bush on hand for this one. Ernie Irvan wins in Richard Petty's last start at Daytona. So now off to the birthdays. I don't have a card of this guy, but born in 1964, multiple wins as a crew chief with different drivers, like Kyle Busch comes to mind. And I'm thinking he may have been Tony Stewart's crew chief for a minute too, Mr. Steve Addington. Born on this date in 1918 and passing away in 1984, sadly. 1950 Indy 500 winner, Mr. Johnnie Parsons. So here we have one of those all-world racing cards, or whatever it was. Try to get it in focus there for you. Shows his Indy 500 results. Not sure. There we go. So there you see 1950, first place finish for Mr. Johnnie Parsons. And our only other birthday today, born on this date, 1949, sadly passed away last year, 2022, journeyman driver in the NASCAR world, Mr. Mike Potter. Mike would drive for his own team as well as Jimmy Walker Enterprises and Buddy Arrington. He drove, there you see, 1992, he drove 11 Cup races, which was his most he'd ever run in a single season. A little information about Mr. Potter. He's did run a lot of short tracks, I believe, in the Southeast. Did pretty good for himself there. I want to say he is also ran like a wrecker service or something. I can't remember what his actual line of employment was, but during the 80s he was one of the several independent and journeyman drivers who'd run several races but actually had a full-time job. So anyway, once again, hope you enjoyed the video today. Enjoy your holiday again. Have fun. Be safe out there. It gets kind of crazy on days like this. So thanks again for watching, and make sure you come back tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday.